Hello and welcome. My name is Jason. The channel is probably okay. Um, we're gonna play some games for you today. This is an actual play tabletop role playing game. We are playing Urban Shadows by Magpie Games, and it is an urban fantasy, much more down the darker end of the scale than, let's say, like a Dresden Files or even I'm trying to think of another example, but so more like on the True Blood end of things, if you're familiar with that. So anyway, that's what we're playing. So just minor content warning here up at the top that we will be venturing into grown-up themes, and there will be some violence and talk of adult relationships and that type of stuff. Now, we have our lines and veils document. There are a lot of those things that will be somewhat compartmentalized or handled in a certain way. And we also have the X card on our table, which we will just say X card or hold up our hands, or somebody might message me on our chat because they want to do it anonymously. And we may just have to clarify what to X card, but we'll just pause, remove a thing from the game, and move on, because each other's safety is more important to us than whatever dice rolling we have to do. So that's where we are with this game called Urban Shadows. We're still coming up with a show title. Maybe as we find the story here, we're going to find out what the show is about. It's that, these PBTA games are great at letting the story be about the players, and so I don't know what it's about yet. I have some things that make happen in the world, but it might not be about that. So that's exciting. Oh my gosh, Quiddy in the chat. So happy to see you here. Hello.
Yay!
Hello, hello,
Hello. Hello.
Let us go around and say our hellos. Let's start with Joey, positioned directly next to the Excel spreadsheet chart for no particular reason.
Where
Joey,
I should be.
explain yourself.
I wish I could explain myself. There's no explanation for me. However, the character I'm playing is Ryan Rosenthal. I totally know my own name. He's the Fae, because I am Fae trash and will always be Fae trash. And he's here to have a good time and maybe overthrow his ex-lover who kind of fucked him over. And
fucked him over.
He's going to fuck around and find out.
All right, Pooja.
Hello, I am playing.
You're playing Pooja.
I'm playing Pooja. Yes, that's just an everyday thing.
Hello, I'm Asmita, the Tainted Demon, and today I'll be playing the character of Pooja, the human.
Why does that feel so right? It shouldn't feel so right, and yet it does.
I mean, art imitates life? I don't know. So, yes, I am Pooja. I will be playing Asmita, the Tainted, who has entered a contract with a demon and now facilitates other demonic contracts and, chases down rogue demons and is in debt to everyone.
Very good. Also, if folks are curious, that little chart below me here is our debt tracker, and it makes sense if you read it from the top down. And each debt is mirrored with like somebody who owes debts and holds debts, as those numbers should be the same. Like, for instance, Ryan holds 2 debts on Asmita, and you can see Asmita owes Ryan 2 debts. Looking at it the other way around. So it's a very complicated system in Urban Shadows, but you know what? It's gonna work. Blythe, who are you and how did you get in here?
Hi, I am Blythe, and I am going to be playing Celeste, the French vampire from the French Revolution. And I realized some parts of her backstory that'll probably be kind of fun. So it's going to be a good time. I'm curious to see how this goes.
Excellent. Jay?
Hi, y'all. Jay here, and I am playing Belle, no last name, a demon from hell, using the Imp playbook. So I am a free agent of sorts, and I run an antiques and mystical fence black market kind of shop.
Right. a big component of the Imp playbook is their location, which is a
Exactly. Yep.
publicly known busy shop type. Well, it can be lots of different things, but yours is a busy shop
That is correct.
supplies curios and all sorts of objects, and also some bullshit too, right? Like tourists and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's some fake stuff. There's some chicanery for the for the rubes, and then there's the good stuff for the real bad good people.
Cool.
Something like that.
So our city. Wait a minute. Did I not write it down? Did we have a name for the city?
We did not come up with a name yet.
Oh, okay, good. Then
We're the city of Townsville.
Yeah. For those following along, the city was built out of 5 islands off the coast of California that don't exist in real life. This is our pretend world, and we could do whatever we want. There were 5 decent-sized islands off the coast of California, each of which has, let's say, like a third of a Manhattan, right? Like something like that. It's not like a huge... Manhattan's a pretty big island, all things considered. So each of these islands is like a third of that. There's 5 of them, and they have bridges crossing to all of them, which makes this interesting star shape. Because there's also a bridge that goes around in a pentagonal shape. One might call it. So we were coming up with various penta-related names. Penta Umbra is not bad. I mean, penumbra is a word by itself, which is this sort of edge of the shadows. Penta Umbra would be like 5 shadows. Dork Lord is still collecting signatures on Pent Umbra.
Pent Umbra.
Yep. That one I like. If we were doing a sillier campaign, we would call it Pentumbra. But, sorry, DLC. We love you. We're going to come up with a very dark and emo name for our city as we go.
What's the Spanish word for shadow?
Hispanic person here, I should know that. I don't.
Yeah, I actually feel like I just learned that in Duolingo recently too.
Yeah,
Shout out to the evil owl overlord.
Sombra.
Oh, Sombra. Yeah.
Oh.
Feel stupid for not knowing that. Okay.
Hold on. I've got a thing. Cinco Sombra.
Cinco Sombra.
I mean,
5
if it's
shadows.
off the coast of LA, California, that kind of makes sense that it would have a Spanish name.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then it would, like, I mean, if we do Los Sombra or something.
Los Sombra.
Yeah,
I mean, Los
there's
Sombra, the shadow.
Yeah.
I don't know if the genders match in that.
I think it's La Sombra.
La Sombra.
La Sombra.
Okay,
Sombra.
yeah, let's put that on a high on the whiteboard, and we'll come back to it. I think that's likely gonna end up being something, Sombra City or something like that.
Don't at all feel bad or stupid or whatever. I couldn't tell you what shadows are in Hindi, and I've been studying it for many months now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Quinny.
it's a point of pain with my dad not teaching me Spanish as a kid when he should have.
I feel
yeah.
that so hard. And then when I tried to speak to my mom in Hindi, she laughed at me.
Oh no.
Oh.
But it was a inclusive, friendly laugh. No.
It was a laugh full of humor. She said it was okay because she hadn't felt anything was so funny in weeks.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like mom's. Yep.
That story just got worse and worse.
It's fine. She's teaching me better pronunciation.
Quiddy makes a great suggestion in the chat, Santa Sombra, which Saint Shadow just feels real good.
I do like that.
I think that might be it.
I'm
be
here
it.
That
for it.
feels right.
I think Quiddy did it.
All right.
Happy?
We love you, Quiddy.
Oh, so lovely to see you as well. Oh God, screw this in the chat. Also, an excellent suggestion. I think if it were more underwater or like a more underwater setting, that would be awesome. It's a great idea either way, though.
What was it? I'm not in the chat, so I don't know. I'm always so left out.
Yeah, Eli, that's also good.
It was
I love.
thinking of cities lost under the water, Pentis.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not a bad suggestion.
And then Eli had Isla de la Cinco Sombra.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that'll do. But the thing, sorry, I'm now nerding out about names, but see, I like that as like the full name.
Sure, that's like the proper name on the map.
That's the proper name, but everyone just calls it La Sombra.
Yeah.
La Sombra.
Yeah, or Santa Sombra.
Or Santa Sombra.
Because Saint Shadow is just
Saint
really,
Shadow is really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the shadow of saints, perhaps. Because they don't come here. We don't know her. Okay, so that's great. One thing I want to do, let's go around and just do a debt collection. I want to make sure everyone has the same numbers that I have. So allow me to read this off because it might be a little bit too small to see on your screen. I got to figure out a better way to display this and have it actually be helpful to our viewers. I may have to cut back on our frame a little bit and organize this a little better. Okay, so I have Asmita owes 2 debts to Belle, 2 debts to Celeste, and 2 debts to Ryan.
Okay. I owe 2 debts to Belle. Ryan, 2 debts to Ryan.
And
2 debts to Celeste.
And I have that you hold 1 debt on Belle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That's what I got.
Okay, and then Belle, you owe 1 to Asmita. You also owe 1 to Celeste, Ryan, and Mrs. Lane, the NPC.
Yep, that's what I got.
Okay, and I have that you hold 2 debts on Asmita, 2 debts on Celeste, and you hold 1 debt on Ryan.
That sounds right.
Okay. And Celeste, I have that you owe 2 debts to Asmita. And you owe 3 debts to Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness.
Only hold 1 on Belle. I don't remember getting 1 on Asmita.
I think there was
Celeste.
like you had 1 where she would owe you, and then she had 1 where she would owe you. So I think it added up.
Oh, okay. Because I must have missed that because the only debt I hold, according to my notes, is on Belle.
That's what the sheet says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Never mind. I kept hearing the opposite. Gonna pump more caffeine into my brain until it works
No.
properly.
This is yeah. You. Oh, okay. That means I didn't write this down correctly. Okay, so Celeste owes. This says Celeste owes Asmita 2 debts. Celeste, is that what you have?
I wrote down like story reasons I owe debts. I don't think I ever wrote down the actual number.
Okay, that may be me trying to get this to match up, and I did it wrong.
I think. Okay, hold on. Let me look at my.
Because Asmita doesn't hold debts on you, so I probably just transposed this incorrectly.
Well, because I am helping her, and I think that means I owe her at least 1 debt.
You do not.
No,
I
if you're
don't?
helping her, she owes you a debt.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Usually.
it doesn't look
I'm
like.
stupid.
Okay, yeah. So Asmita owes Celeste, which means Celeste holds 2 on Asmita, and but you don't owe Asmita anything. So that's how I'll track that. I also have that Celeste owes Ryan 3,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
that you hold
Okay,
one
so-
on Bell.
That seems right. Yeah, I
Okay,
think you've got all of mine right.
okay, and then yeah. So Bell, I have that you owe everyone one, and then you hold 2 debts on Asmita, you hold 2 on Celeste, and you hold 1 on Ryan.
Yep.
Okay, and then Ryan, you owe Bell 1, and you hold 2 on Asmita, 1 on Bell, and 3 on Celeste.
Yep, that's what I got.
Okay, now everything matches up.
Yeah, though I think
He
looking
holds
at it,
2 on me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Oh God. More
so yeah, I
God.
hold 2, but I think you're missing a 2 in the 2 that I owe Celeste.
Oh, you owe Celeste 2?
Yeah, because you have it on my column. Like I'm just looking at it. God, I keep forgetting you're not seeing my screen. But if you look in the Celeste O's column, there should be a 2 in the box on my row to match the 2 in the box on her row.
Yes,
What I'm
yes.
saying,
Okay.
catty
Oh, I
corner.
bet
Yep.
that's where
Yep.
I messed up putting that. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that makes sense,
it's
yeah.
good. Yep. There we go. Now it all matches.
Okay.
Yay, spreadsheets.
Yep. And the problem is this is a 3-dimensional grid, which is hard to represent in 2 dimensions. So
Yes.
if I could implement my database software, I could actually build this out and have a. Never mind. Nobody cares.
You should do this.
It
I
sounds
don't really want to.
amazing.
Normally, I get paid to do that.
I just I can't math on the weekends.
That's okay.
Yeah, I've had 1 cup of coffee. That's not enough to function properly with this kind of thinking.
I wish that I could say, yeah, it's the weekend and coffee, and that's why I'm not good at math. Yes.
That's
Those are the
totally
reasons.
what we're
Oh,
saying,
no.
and no one is asking on the weekdays.
Jay, you're
so
fine.
it's fine.
I
So-
maintain
Right.
math is for mortals.
So one thing we could do.
Okay, but I did actually study math in college.
Nerd.
All right. I'm driving this bus back in the lane here.
Okay, sorry. That was my bad. Sorry.
No, that's all right. One thing we can do with this spreadsheet is remove the holds and just because really if we know that you owe someone, that's fine. But it's the person who holds the debt that will call it in. And so I don't want to lose track of, if you owe someone a debt, they might forget as the player. They might forget that they do that, and so that's why I thought tracking the holds would be helpful.
You're right because those matter. I'm wondering if there's a way to just be like O's and to who, so that we just like remember. Okay, that always goes to this person.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of what we have.
Yeah, just cutting out the hold section so that like as long as I know that Asmita owes me a debt, then like it just says Celeste.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll
don't know.
explore some options there going forward, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we really love having everyone in chat. Thank you everyone for being here. It's just really lovely having you. Thank you so much. We are gonna jump into our story. We have introduced somewhat about our characters. Who has a when time passes move, like what Jay has?
Other than me, yes. I mean, I have one.
Obviously, Jay knew that. That's why he wasn't interrupting.
That's exactly why. Yes, that is what was happening.
Look at me looking at my playbook. Like I know it. I don't think I do, but let me look. Let me confirm.
I don't think I have anything like that.
No.
Where would it be on the playbook if I did have one? I'm not seeing it. Like, where is yours, Jay?
It would be under your moves. So
under
like,
my moves. Oh, I
yeah.
see.
So yeah, one of my moves, the one that they give me automatically, just to Jason, is it okay if I like explain what's going on?
By all means.
So one of my moves is business as usual, and it says when time passes or at the start of the game, I roll with mine to either advance a scheme or generate a new one.
I see. Yeah, I don't have anything like that, so we're good. on my end.
Okay. Did the vampire have something like that or no?
No,
Okay.
I have like drink blood.
Yeah, I thought you had something about like. I think I'm just thinking of Vampire the Masquerade, where you have to like start the game and figure out your hunger levels and all that.
Does not say that, but I could be wrong.
A game which you could find a terrific actual play over at 12-Sided Stories, featuring a couple of terrific people. Well, you're both in that, right, Pooja and Jay?
Oh, yes, we are.
Yeah, I think you're both in most of the 12-Sided Stories stuff, so I was pretty sure you were both in that.
We're both in many games together.
Yeah.
Many games.
So many games. We're just going to start doing each other's intros and outros next time.
Pretty much at this
Awesome.
point.
Okay, so we will, let's just open with Belle's When Time Passes.
Yeah, let me roll it up and see what happens. All right, so I am rolling with Mind. Ooh, that is an 8, so that is a hit. I get to generate a scheme.
All right.
Or I guess my usual operations could give an opportunity to advance a scheme, but since we're sort of starting, it seems like I should have a scheme of rolling.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What kind of scheme do I need? Unfortunately, I didn't get the other neat stuff that I get on a 10 plus, but I'll live with it. It's okay. I think I would like to try to acquire a magical amulet from our friend, Mrs. Lane.
Okay.
I think she's got an amulet that I would like to relieve her of.
All right, so she's part of the power circle. So when you generate a scheme, choose and mark a primary circle.
Got it.
And that is power.
Power.
And that also means you mark it in that advancement.
In the advancement? Okay,
Yeah.
I was just wondering about that. Cool.
Yep.
So marking an advancement.
And let's see, I'm just going to make sure we go through this carefully. A primary circle, one of your services, and 2 complications. Okay.
All right.
So
one of my services.
One of your services is appraising and selling
magical
right?
objects.
Yep.
So that's that. I'll choose that. And 2. One of my services and 1 complication, right?
2 complications.
2 complications. All right, there it is.
Double the trouble.
2 complications. I promised someone something I don't yet have.
Oh no, it's in the mail. I got it.
Yeah. And obviously, I must fool a powerful and dangerous NPC.
Ooh.
All right, where's that elder vampire?
Exactly.
And you must fool a powerful NPC to get this.
To get it.
Okay.
Well, I like the idea that actually that it's the elder vampire that I'm trying to get it for.
Okay.
Because in order to get it away from Miss Lane, I will have to fool her.
Oh, so Miss Lane is the powerful and dangerous NPC that you have to deal with.
Yes.
Yeah, although you're kind of double-ended with your powerful and dangerous NPCs, because if you displease the elder vampire,
yep,
that could be an issue.
That's all bad.
Okay. All right, so this elder vampire, let's say let's I want to come up with some idea of where she's from. She's a she now.
She's a she. Cool.
And Celeste, is this a friend of yours from some point, or somebody you've heard of and are wary of?
No. So I was partly joking because I have been helping. I help an elder vampire in town, so maybe this could be that person.
Okay.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe like sometimes a girlfriend, but mostly just someone I serve as part of the night circle.
Sure. Who is the vampire that you work with regularly? Do you have a name for them?
Nope.
Okay.
I did not do that, but we can do that now.
Yeah. Let's get let's see.
Hold on. I'm gonna let's see. Vampire names. Let's go to a generator.
Oh gosh.
Hey, they work, all right? You know how
Yeah.
many times I use generators?
My favorite vampires are Eurotrash.
Well, yeah, no, I was definitely picturing
But
like
vampires can obviously be from anywhere. So we've
let's go with Elizabeta. So she can be Eurotrash with me.
Elizabeth.
And
Great.
she's Slavic.
Elder Vamp. Slavic. Okay. Well, I only have a bad Russian accent, but that'll have to do.
I don't know what you're talking about. Your Russian accent is amazing.
How dare you?
It's my favorite.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't know. Dorkla Canada pivot tables are hot. I don't know what's happening over here, but oh, and thanks for linking to Unquiet Blood. That is a very fun story that I've been following.
Yes.
John is just trash. How do you deal with him?
Trash.
Oh, he's so much trash.
It's
How
Oh,
do you
John
deal
is so
with him?
trash. Oh.
You should probably just Diablerize that guy and get it over with.
Oh, that would cause like a rift in the timeline.
Yeah, or not eat him, just throw him in the ocean, and then maybe he'll make his way out eventually. Like in 30 years or so.
Yeah, just about. Just enough to like, it's like the sober tank, but the ocean.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's so much cocaine in his body.
Yes, there is.
Okay,
Anyway.
so let's Okay, can you describe your shop for us a little bit and describe what is the tenor of your shop at like 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning, just to pull a time and place out of the air?
So my shop it's sort of unassuming in kind of a rough part of town. Very sort of old-timey. It is not very cool looking from the outside. Sort of dingy windows, and the windows are kind of crammed full of just junk. It looks like a junk shop.
Yeah, okay.
On the outside. On the inside, it is, of course, far larger than the footprint would look like. So it looks like a little slim, tiny shop. You come inside, and it is very large and much more sort of cozy and comfy. Little reading nooks here and there with those like nice overstuffed wingback chairs, a nice fireplace, a little sort of cafe setup area, even though there isn't any cafe here. I mean, I suppose I could get you some coffee. And then just, still piles and piles of things around, and towards the back is my office. And like 10 a.m. on a Saturday, it's not so busy. It's not dead. There are a few patrons, a couple of, I would say a couple of looky-loos from the neighborhood, looking for, tchotchkes for their summer home. As well as, people sort of gathered. It's a kind of gathering place as well for people to do dark deeds and deals happening in some of the corners. So that's that vibe.
Okay. Are there can people rent rooms or something?
No.
Are there like little private nooks? I mean, not
They're
like a
just little
bedroom,
private, but they're little private nooks. No one
Yeah,
can
okay.
rent it, but there are like nooks and crannies and like little corners where if you were to meet with someone to exchange, I don't know what, as long
Okay.
as one of you pays me like $10, I don't care what, that can happen.
Okay, cool. So, just to prep a little bit. Okay, so at 10-ish a.m. on a Saturday, is the place very like what is your clientele even in? Are you open at 10 a.m.?
We are open at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And I would say right now there's probably like 12 people in the joint.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not empty, but doesn't feel crowded. 3 of them are very clearly regular folk who are just like shopping for antiques,
Okay.
and the rest are our sort of people.
Okay. Now, of the rest of you, who is in the shop on a Saturday morning?
I'm probably in the back, like handling some stock that I probably brought in.
Okay. Belle, is she allowed to be back there by herself?
No.
I'm older than you. I don't care.
That's not how this works, Celeste. Go. Go. You're not allowed back there.
Sorry. Are my dogs picking up badly?
A little bit.
Okay.
Well, now more. Yeah.
I think my mom's home, so I think they're like.
Yay. Cheering for Mom.
Yay.
But Belle, how am I going to help you if I don't have access to the stock? I brought these in myself.
What did you bring? Show me.
Okay, well, you needed new items to trick the mortals. That didn't go well. This is gonna be an effort here. You needed new items to trick the mortals, so I got some new things that they would buy to be prettier or stuff that would make their skin fall off, maybe.
Well, I mean, that is intriguing, and I do like it, and I do find it very funny when mortal skins fall off.
It's easier to get at their veins, too.
It's pretty amusing. Okay, fine, but just ask. Don't just go back there. You don't know all the things that I have back there, and you don't need to know. All right?
I mean, I have been around the block a few times.
Yeah, I know, and so have I, and I'm just saying, okay?
But I am looking for one thing in particular. I really want to find a magic guillotine.
For whom?
Myself. For my house.
Decoration.
I mean...
Conversation starter.
or
ender.
Yeah. I mean, just to make... Like, who goes in the guillotine?
No one. I just want it for my house.
It's good
Then
for
why
chopping
does it
vegetables. You know.
Need to be magic?
Also makes Julian fries.
It's is enchanted, I believe is the word. It's very old and it's very important to me. So I would like to find it.
All right, I'll keep an eye out. Is what I can say about that.
I mean, do you not know where I'm from? Do you not know what? Oh, okay.
I know, but listen, it's just that is a large, high ticket, rare object.
Real quick, can we get physical descriptions of your characters for everyone?
Fuck!
What was that?
Nope, apparently not.
Sorry, I asked.
There's a spider.
Oh God!
It's just a daddy longling. It's fine, but I wasn't expecting it.
But you're okay.
God. Okay. I never wanted to.
It's great that this is from our self-professed like hardcore horror nerd.
Yep.
Because I would have a similar reaction, but I'm a coward. So, I mean,
It's chilling. It's going up the wall now.
All right.
It just was an unexpected.
All right.
Unexpected spider.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What does Belle look like?
like a Lakeith Stanfield, but smooth, slick. Wears a vest. Very well dressed vest, nice pointy Italian shoes, and a demon. So
Yeah.
horns, red skin, no tail. Tails are.
I like the
passive.
picture of him with the round hat.
Oh yeah,
It's not a fedora, but whatever that hat is called. Looks
a little
very
pork
cool.
pie hat.
Yeah, a little pork pie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
what we're looking at.
Yeah, that dude is smooth.
Smooth.
Okay, and what does Celeste look like?
Celeste is, classic pale vampire. She has black hair with some like streaks of silver in the front. That she's just like, I don't know, that happened, and that's a thing I have.
It just grows silver.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like grow silver, and then she has black hair that she typically keeps pulled back.
Great.
And she has like lavender eyes, and she's very like surreal looking. And I picture her as a vampire with like slightly pointed ears.
Fun. Okay.
Fangs out at all times. Like it's not like she can soup or hide.
Right. What if we do the teeth are a little bit sharper and pointier than usual, but then when she goes to feed, they like extend a little bit? Okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of going a little bit off of like the Castlevania vampire designs.
Okay. I don't know what that looks like up close, but that's fine.
I can link the show.
Okay.
Netflix's show is very good.
Oh, that's right. There's a show.
It's
I only know
fantastic.
the like NES video game is the last
no.
contact I've had with Castlevania.
It's very good.
I'm kind of picturing her like a little bit like the Carmilla design on that show. Which
Okay. As long as they're not the like switchblade bunny teeth from True Blood, which
no.
fucking stupid. Was my main criticism of that show. I mean,
That's
there were
your
a
main
lot
criticism?
of things.
Yeah,
That's your
that's
criticism?
what I was gonna ask.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There were other things to be critical of. Blythe, what were you gonna say?
I'll find a picture of her and I'll show you.
Okay.
I will send it in the Slack.
Great. Okay. So what about Asmita? What's Asmita up to on a Saturday morning?
I think I came to the shop this morning because I woke up like I just had kind of like that itch.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was like it's like there was a hollow inside me, and like I just need to get something to like just to fill it a little bit, just to. And I know Belle always has good things.
True, I do.
So I am browsing the shop, and I want to find something small, easy to carry with me. Maybe, I might have to sign a contract today with someone, so I could use a new pen.
Oh, a fancy pen. Okay.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
do
So we're
have
looking around for a
pens.
fancy pen. I like that. And what's Ryan up to?
Well, if it's any other Saturday, he might be at the shop helping out and hanging out. But if it's this particular Saturday of May the 1st,
It is May the 1st.
he is busy. This is his Christmas Eve. It is Beltane. It is the holiday that he is designated by the Fae Court of our lovely community to manage. So he is out doing preparations for that. And it's going to be this, I'm going to assume that on the wild island of the Fae, there is a nice chunk of like beach property.
Sure. Yeah.
So there is a large bonfire that is going up, and there is going to be a large party that is going to happen. And it's a bunch of little small bonfires who make a very, if anybody's familiar, chat, or I can post it in our Slack as well. The knot of, no, not that one. I'll come up with the symbol in a second. I had one in mind and I realized it'd be better for another holiday.
All right.
But anyway, a Celtic knot is basically what's going to be formed out of these little bonfires and these small parties that are going to be encompassing this whole beach area.
Cool.
So he's very busy. He has written on the calendar that Bell keeps in his office
Mhm.
that he's not going to be here today. He has it written. He has it circled multiple times in multiple colors. And I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure he's not going to wonder where Ryan is at all.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the Fae and the demons share the Wild Island, right? That's
Right.
the majority of the Wild Circle. And I imagine there are advertisements up all over the place, and maybe even a couple. Is it like a cork board in the shop, Jay?
Yeah, I
People
mean,
can
there
post stuff on.
is, but there is. Ryan's not on my staff,
no, but you
and so I don't understand why you wrote on the staff calendar
I love that.
that you weren't going to be here.
just so you're aware.
Okay,
You tend to need me on occasion.
I
And
do.
this is not the day. Today, I don't know her.
I totally get it. Coulda just dropped a text, but that's okay. That's all right. We needed more writing on the staff calendar.
I didn't text. I'm live streaming currently as I'm like at the beach getting things ready for this super awesome party. I definitely think he's become like, he doesn't really have a job, but I think if you were to give him a job, it's like, I'm a social media influencer.
That's an influencer. That's not a job.
Yeah, I'm on the Faye version of TikTok. Just click clack. And to borrow from other actual plays I've listened to that you all may have not been in, there is Flitter, there is Facebook, there is all these things.
Yep.
So yeah, he's doing everything he can to get the attendance up at this party, especially since last year someone stares at Celeste, fucked things up royally. So we're not
Really?
we're not doing that again. I don't know.
That's definitely not going to happen. Definitely, everything will run smoothly, 100%.
Celeste like sees that you didn't invite her, and she's like, "I might show up anyways."
Oh, you want to play with Faye hospitality? That'll be cute. That'll go well for you.
So your court. Let's see. You picked the Baroque and formal,
Yeah.
and there was a crown.
Yes. They the monarch wears a crown. I believe the crown is made of briar with roses and different flowers that kind of bloom out of it,
Sure.
depending on the season.
Okay. Before we cut back to the shop, I'm gonna go to you at the beach.
Yeah.
You're in between live streaming, let's say, because you're still doing setup, right?
Oh yeah, like I'm basically doing like behind the scenes and get out here and look at all these super attractive people behind me that are going to be at this party, like that kind of content.
Okay. Are you okay with let's say like 6-inch tall pixie types being part of our Fae?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Everybody needs
mythology?
drones.
Okay. So you hear this like faint like have you ever heard a beetle fly, that like low heavy buzzing sound that they make when they fly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a June bug kind of situation.
Yeah, like a June bug. That's, I think these like 6-inch, like pixies are big enough that they make that like June bug, hummingbird level of of approach.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there are a lot of different types of pixies. There are pixies that are messengers. There are pixies who are, there's like a whole court of pixies in the larger court, right? Like obviously Oberon's in charge and all that. But a pixie who you've not met before kind of zips up the beach and is coming straight for you. But is masculine in appearance. They have very like elongated. I like the like scary elven, angular long features.
Absolutely.
They're just tiny.
Impossible angles.
Yes. And this one is wearing a black and white tuxedo with monocle and approaches and says, I have been sent to inform you that most of my court will be attending tonight, and you should make proper arrangements. And he's just hovering in front of your face.
Well, I'm glad to see that you'll be here. How can I help you? What proper arrangements would you like us to look at specifically?
Well, obviously, day-old raw meat, fresh milk, and that should be sufficient.
Oh, I've got you handled. Do you want a particular area sectioned off for you, or do you want to, come and mingle? Like, where would you be happiest?
We would prefer to mingle,
Good.
and we would also like to have murder permission.
Murder permission.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the time. That's more of a fall kind of thing. This is a day of celebration, a day of celebrating life and fire and desire.
Yes,
Death is-
and I would desire to murder someone. Just any mortal would do. I'm not particular. I'm very flexible on this.
Uh-huh. Where are so the Pixies are in the hierarchy. Where are they in the hierarchy?
It depends, they flit to and fro. So right now they're in pretty high regard. Let's see. I think they pulled off something specifically for Titania recently, and made something happen for her, and she's in high favor. And the it's not like they can do whatever they want and get whatever they want, but they feel like they can ask for whatever they want.
Sure.
And, they're feeling pretty full of themselves right now. And this one is speaking and smiling politely to you, but you can also see has this uneven row of jagged teeth.
Right.
They're uneven, but they fit together like a puzzle. Right? It's just when it's talking.
Yeah. I'd love nothing more than to acquiesce to your request. However, all the mortals at this event will be the guests of our court. We can't rescind the protection of hospitality to satiate your thirst, unfortunately. Unless are you saying that your desire outweighs the hospitality of our court?
No, of course not. We would be fine with a slightly off-site location outside the bounds of your protection.
I see.
But we would like you, our host, to provide us with this one thing.
And it has to be human.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? I'll see what I can do.
Oh,
Excellent.
so when I do it.
Ryan, jot down that you owe the Pixies one debt.
Yeah.
Hold on. Actually, no. You owe one particular Pixie. Let me look at Pixie names real quick.
I'm picturing these like the Pixies in Pan's Labyrinth.
I think that's accurate.
They're very spooky.
Yeah, okay.
I remember being like, these aren't cute.
Oh, I think Avery. Avery's a good name.
Yeah.
My cousin's name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so the name of my Fae in our Masks game?
Yeah. Avery's a monster.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
so
fine.
Avery.
My cousin ever watches this. Not all Averys are monsters.
Just all of our Averys. are monsters.
Allegedly.
Just all of our Averys.
Okay, Ryan, you owe Avery one, and Avery holds one on you. I can't imagine anything going wrong with that.
No.
Nope.
Cool. All right. Now, remember, we have the debt rules. There are ways to get out of a debt if we want.
I'm looking at those right now.
Yep. Okay. Then let's say okay, let's cut back to the shop. For those of you in the shop, you will probably see this person enter. Belle, the person is coming to you. You're not real sure. They're not like presenting a specific gender in a really clear way. So we'll just use they, them for now, unless they identify themselves. This person comes in and essentially looks like somebody who's living on the streets, right? An unhoused person who seems dirty. There's like layers on layers of various, jacket and blanket, and the shoes look like they're, like mostly old shoes held together with some twine. And no backpack or bags or anything, but there's plenty of room for something to be under their coats, their multiple coats.
Got it.
And if we're saying, should we just use our time of year, or do you all want a particular season?
I mean, we just said it's May 1st.
Oh, that's
No,
right.
it's
It's May 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing in, what's the name of our city? Santa Sombra.
Santa Sombra.
It is pouring down rain, but it's the kind of rain that is just going straight down. Like there's no ocean wind or anything right now. It's just this like this straight down, fast falling, like fat drops of rain. Kind of like what you get in the Midwest. It's like a Midwestern afternoon rain, falling off the coast of California in the Pacific. So that's what it's like outside. And it's not even that dark out. It's like maybe the clouds don't stretch all the way to the horizon because it seems like, there's light further out. But that's the outside. And this guy comes in, is dripping, this person, and is slowly making his way back to you. Belle, what's your reaction to this?
Well.
Oh, and I'll even add, this person comes in and says in like a little bit of a raspy voice, but again, not really hard to identify them in any kind of detail. But the first person they come to by the door is just one of your regular like antiques shopper, and they say, "Belle," and the person's like, "What, Belle?" And they're like, "Oh, but I think Belle's in the back," and just turns around and leaves the shop.
Got it. All right. Well, I will approach and ask. It's welcome. How may I help you?
You will hold this for me, and is like reaching into their coat.
I would like to try to stop them.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Hold my hands up and step back. I'm not going to touch them. No.
All right. So there's two options of. I don't think escape a situation is right. So we could try persuade. I will try to
persuade. Yeah.
Okay.
That seems. Oh no! You know what? I'm going to try to figure someone out.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's start with that.
All right. So I'm rolling with my mind, which is a +1. Which two? Let's try these two. That is not good. That is a 6, so I cannot figure them out.
Oh, but that leaves some room for me to make some waves.
Does it? Dang it.
Okay. Oh, I need my other document. I opened the wrong document.
Because I don't even know what circle they're in.
I could tell you, I think you would know a demon or fae right off the bat because you deal with them so much.
Right.
So it's not a demon or fae. I'll just give you that for free.
Got it.
And let's see, I'm trying to get down to my keeper hard moves here. There we go. Oh yeah, they're called the MC in this. Okay, so if you would, please go ahead and ask one of the questions from Figure Someone Out.
Okay. Who's pulling this character's strings?
Okay. So the best you can come up with is that this person is mortal, right? Like as you're studying this person and checking them, like you don't get any of the like vampires have a way of moving, werewolves have a way of moving. Like you just you have a good sense of how to pick up on these things.
Got it.
So I'm gonna say the best you can get from your question is the mortal circle, but you're not sure what faction they're in. Are they solo? Are they working with someone else? It's
Great.
it's more, and it might even be somewhat disconcerting that you can't tell, right? Because you know the city, you know the people in it really well. You are a popular hub. People know you. This person came in asking for you by name, and you can't identify them.
Got it. That is unpleasant. Okay, cool.
And I think that also gives them the opening to reach into their jacket and pull out this thing and like just you're not being attacked, okay? But they just like push this thing into your, like, here, take this. And do you want to look at it, examine it here, or just like put it away without looking at it? Or
oh no, I'm going to examine. I'm going to at least look at it right here.
Okay. So, did you ever play Assassin's Creed?
No, I never have actually.
Oh, okay. Well, in Assassin's Creed, he has this like cuff thing, like this bracer, and can cock his hand back, and a blade comes out like this. This is just a straight up ripoff from the video game. It's
okay.
I don't think the video game exists in our world, but I am ripping it off because it's a cool ass design.
The video game got it from this artifact, obviously.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
So the you're just given this thing that is the blade is currently retracted, and you can pretty easily see how the spring loaded thing is meant to, like, you pull your wrist back and this releases the spring, and then that there's kind of a flaky, dry brown residue all over it.
Okay.
And shoves that into your hands and says, you keep that for us for now.
Why would I do that?
You owe us.
Oh, who? I am pretty sure I don't owe you a thing. In fact, you owe me a thing for even touching this. Whatever it is.
All right, hold on. I want you to...
Do I need to persuade an NPC?
Yeah. Now I think it's...
All right.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. That is terrific, because that's a 3 plus the blood, which will not be 17. So that's not going to go real well.
Okay.
Oh, so that's with my -1 to blood. That's a 2.
All right. So I'm also going to use this hard move to generate a story that you've forgotten about.
Oh,
all
man.
Right. So the there's a group in the city that calls themselves the Levelers, and they supposedly go around and like will kind of work for anyone if they feel like it's gonna even out the power structure. And you can hire them, and they might you could go to them and say, we want you to kill this guy, and they'll be like, no, that won't balance, like that'll throw things out of balance, and so they might not do it.
Yeah.
And it turns out that you facilitated somebody being able to talk to 3 different levelers to like sort of do 3 jobs before they could all talk to each other, and the levelers caused the imbalance because of how you facilitated those deals. And it was just like 3 human politicians that they took. I mean, it was nobody, right?
Yeah.
Just regular, normal murders in the city.
As you do, how could that affect the balance? How could it be that important?
But it was, now you've been here a long time, right?
Yeah,
Like since
since
the
the
80s.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was like 20 years ago, right? Like 2002 or something. And you just kind of figured, oh, that's blown over. Like it's gone. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But I am going to go ahead and generate that the levelers are holding a debt on you. That Bell owes them 1. And now you can decide how you want to proceed with that.
So this has all come back to me?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't have time for this right now.
Well, you'd better make time.
Can you, just take it back and come another day?
No. You have to take this now.
Will this clear my debt?
This is holding this until we come and get it will clear your debt.
Fine. Get out of my shop.
Okay. Yep. He leaves, and we still have them as you owing them because you haven't completed the task
I haven't
yet.
completed the task.
Yeah. But yeah, levelers hold 1 on Bell.
Yep.
This is good. I like having a shop where I can just send people to you.
Well, I will take this and immediately take it back into my office and lock it in my magical safe and attempt to forget that it exists.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
you owing people and also you levelers.
Yeah, I mean, they're sort of like, like it's nice to have lizards in your garden that eat the flies. But there's also like a lot of lizards in your garden, and you're like, okay, I just want to walk through the garden without stepping on a lizard. That they're kind of like that. Like they're not vermin because they're semi-helpful.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're useful but annoying.
Yeah. Same.
Fine.
So, for the other 2 of you in the shop, this would have been very easy to overhear because the person who came in was not particularly being quiet. Their voice was sort of naturally raspy. They weren't whispering. They were just, speaking a normal voice. So, Asmita, did you pick up any of that?
Yeah, I think so. I think that anytime debts are being handled back and forth.
Yeah, you probably felt
ears
these
perked up.
strings being plucked. Poing, poing.
Mm-hmm. But obviously I wouldn't interfere.
Well, this person is now shuffling out of the store. Also, Belle, this person smells so bad.
Yeah, I
So bad.
assumed.
Like 2 more regular customers have left. Just the smell in here is pervasive. It's also, they were wet, right? They were like...
well, yep, nope. Further description needed.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to walk over and it seems like you were in possession of something that you don't particularly want to be.
God. Levelers.
Ah, of course.
Yep. I forgot. I owed them a thing, and now I've got this.
Asmita, for context, like, reputable, respectable denizens of the city don't make deals with the levelers, right? Like, the fact that Belle had made a deal with them is like, oh, like, yuck, what? I don't know how you would react to that, but it is like it would certainly be beneath you to like deal with them. So
I think I'm used to Belle dealing with a lot of people that I wouldn't normally deal with, and that's part of why I can always go to him for information about like the people I have to track down for Maya Soda.
Mm-hmm.
But this is it's surprising. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you've been dealing with the levelers?
I haven't been dealing with the levelers. Let's just be clear about that. I dealt with them once a long time ago, and I am dealing with them now. And even dealing is
Oh, the falling of
inaccurate.
youth. I understand that a little too well.
Yeah, you don't need. Yeah. But now I haven't got to hold this stupid thing that will probably bring trouble.
now you two are chit-chatting kind of in the back office where your safe is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Celeste, where are you? Like, are you coming over to chit-chat with them, or where are you in the shop?
Celeste was in the back, kind of like finishing up her inventory of new stuff she brought in, and yeah, she'll come out to the front of the store now and just be like, "Ooh, stabby! Like, ooh, stabby object. This looks fun."
Don't touch it. It belongs to the levelers.
And I think you said you were going to lock it in, so I think the two of you see this device
Yeah,
as
they
Belle
caught
is
me
like
as
opening
I'm-
the safe and putting it away, closing it up.
Yeah.
So,
What? Why are you keeping something for the levelers?
good question.
A long time ago, some stuff went down. I owed them a very small debt. Very small, almost insignificant. And this is what they're asking me to repay them with.
Well, clearly it's not insignificant. Yeah, oh my god. I will get this. I've been practicing this all week. Well, clearly it matters. Well, British now. Hold on.
That's all right. I'm now terrified that your French accent is going to eat my Russian accent. I'm trying to hold it in my mind.
I've really been trying to practice this all week because I really wanted her to be French.
Awesome.
But it seems it matters to them because, well, you have to do something.
I just have to hold this thing for a couple of days, and then they'll take it away from me, I presume. It's not a big deal. It doesn't need to involve everybody here. It's just
But it
an
does
annoying
sound
thing.
like you didn't quite work out the full terms with them.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you really know.
I don't. They're levelers. What are terms? I don't know.
You
A thing
should,
went down. It was like 1 billion years ago. I forgot about it, and then Weirdo McWeirderson showed up here with something. It's not a big deal.
I mean, that something seems pretty, well, interesting, no?
Now let's see, Celeste. You've only been here for like 5 years, you said, right?
Yeah, I've not been in this town very long.
Okay, Asmita, I don't remember. What's your history with? Like, you grew up here and then left and came back?
Mm-hmm. And now I've been back for about 10 years.
Okay, so, but you would have been here 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know anything about what happened with the levelers?
I think I remember like the trio of politicians going down all around the same time.
Uh-huh.
But that was like before I was in the world.
Okay.
So I know something weird happened and there was like a major time of unrest in the city.
Okay. I'm going to have you do put a name to a face. check. So you're going to roll with your bonus to Mortalis. And see how much of this you can put together.
Okay. Oh, actually, Mortalis is at 1. It's night. It's night where I have a -1.
Yeah.
First roll of the game is boxcars.
Hey.
Hey.
So 13?
I mean, I'm sure that is definitely a sign of things to come, and not the only time that will ever happen.
Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
So total is 13?
Yes.
Excellent. And what is your reputation with Mortalis?
Looks
The little
like
dots
there's
under it?
0.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Okay,
Yeah, my starting
so
status is 0.
yeah, you have now suddenly connected a bunch of things that you didn't realize were connected, right? Because you remember hearing about these politicians and something about Leveler, but you were never really familiar with them as a group, and they are kind of a shadowy organization. Like, they don't really advertise their services, and, you know, but suddenly the dots connect, you know, the red yarn is in place, and you can see Belle is in the middle of it, in that Belle tricked this group to, I don't know why those 3 politicians needed to die, but they all did. And it
tricked is so judgy.
Well, I'll let Esmita pick her words of how she feels about what happened. But yeah, you've suddenly, like, all the pieces fall into place. You're like, oh my god, yeah, okay.
Oh, I see.
What?
I mean, the folly of youth, indeed. Like, to think that you were going to be able to manipulate the levelers of all people without them calling it in.
Manipulate also. I withheld some information.
I mean, it's a completely
for
valid
reasons.
Tactic. Don't
Yes.
get me wrong. I've done my fair share of selective informing.
Exactly. And
But the folly was thinking that they wouldn't come collect their due.
they don't always. They're busy doing other things so often.
Are you saying you owe them more debts?
No, just the one, and also none of your business,
that
and
you
also,
recall.
yeah, I'm just saying,
Um,
it's fine.
hey, Blythe, in the fiction, how do you feel about vampires sensing each other in close proximity?
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. So as the 3 of you are chatting, you get a sense of not like Dracula just walked through the door, but like a significantly powerful. This vampire was not turned yesterday. Coming through the door. Because and you only connect that with, like, because you hear the, like, ding ding. Do you have a bell on your doorbell?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hear the ding, and a person comes in, and just your vamp sense is like, oh, like, you know, the hair on the back of your neck. I don't know. How do you react to this?
Celeste is like, well, they're just hot. Like, she just kind of like gets up and walks to the door to go greet her or whoever it is. Like, just kind of like, their conversation is boring me. This is more interesting.
Sure. Oh, you know what I think I'm going to use this sense for? I think the sense is like you can tell whether somebody's a lot older or a lot younger than you. And I think what you're getting is that this person is somewhat younger than you. But they're, you know, probably 100 years old, something like that. Like, they're not nothing, and they seem to have some kind of power maybe that doesn't quite line up with their age. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm like, you're interesting.
Yeah. Fresh but powerful. Only 100 years old. This woman comes through the front. She has kind of like olive skin, dark hair, kind of Italian features, is probably Italian descent. And or at least Mediterranean is probably the best you could tell. And speaks to you with just like the West Coast American flat accent, and comes in, and you went over to the door to greet them. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, she recognizes you for what you are, right?
Mhm.
And says, I was under the impression this was someone else's shop.
Oh, it is. Belle is over there.
And I'm not intruding on your territory?
No, I'm just a friend of the owner.
Oh, I see.
Who are you, though? You are interesting. I don't know you.
I don't think we've met, no. My name is Lena. And I do represent... Are you familiar with the Countess Elizabeth?
Oh, of course I am.
So, my Cyrus is probably why I seem familiar. I'm just on an errand, but it's nice to meet you. And
Yes. What does Elizabeth want with Belle?
well, I should probably speak directly to Belle, but you know, if you're here, you're here.
Fair enough. Belle, there's someone for you here.
So she heads back towards the counter, which I assume your office with the safe is kind of
Yeah,
back
it's behind the
beyond that,
counter.
and,
So, yep, I step out.
um,
Hello.
And right away you can see this woman has, you know, elongated canine teeth. But not quite the classic pale vampire, because she has that more sort of Mediterranean complexion.
Got it. Yep.
She's like a little tall, you know, like 5'9", right? Kind of tall, and not willowy, right? Not like Xena warrior princess, but you know, somewhere in between that kind of build. So she's in a like gray business suit, pantsuit, and has the zip up leather case, like kind of looks like laptop shape, but opens it and it has like a yellow legal pad in it and a fancy pen and just some other, like you can see like a business card holder, but it just looks like a corporate execs, you know, folder that they would carry around.
The classic padfolio.
Yes. And Esmita, there's almost a ping in the back of your mind, like an audible ping when she opens this, and we get a J.J. Abrams lens flare off of the pen that's in there. And I don't know if you would recognize it as a $500 pen, but it is one. Would Esmita recognize something like that?
I think so. I
Okay.
mean, once you go through the process of acquisition as many times as she has, you learn things whether you want to or not. And value is important in her line of work.
Yeah. And this isn't like gold or something ridiculous. It's just one of those exquisitely made, you know, I mean, it's probably somewhat valuable. Maybe, it's probably,
I think it has just a touch of magic that it always writes smoothly and always writes with the color that you want.
yeah, always has ink. Yeah. That's great. That's a great touch. So let's say it is kind of a coppery color, and because I don't think a vampire would carry around a silver pen. Because like we decided that you're somewhat vulnerable to silver. Is that right?
Silver. Yeah.
Okay.
Silver is the weakness.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll just say that's generally universal. I'm sure there are some vampires that are otherwise, but some that are more sensitive to sunlight, some that are less, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it's daytime, so she was walking around in the daytime and she doesn't have like a big hood or umbrella or anything. And also, without the umbrella, she's like kind of soaked. Like she had to walk some distance through the rain, but does not stink like the last person who was in here. So, and she flips through some of the yellow legal pad, and all of the writing in there is some sort of ancient script. Does anybody speak or read any particularly ancient scripts, like thousands of year old?
Sanskrit.
Okay, it's not Sanskrit.
I mean, I don't have it in my, but definitely.
I mean, I could try.
Okay.
I mean, I would at least know like some like Latin or something older, but not like probably not that old.
Yeah, and listen, I'm a demon. I've been around. I'm a fucking demon. I've been around a while, so.
Okay. Why don't we have you? You know, I'm gonna sort of call this study a place of power.
Okay.
Because this is like something that gives the vampires some amount of leverage over the.
Actually, could I use night maybe as like my understanding of the night court and stuff, like the night circle?
Yeah, anybody would have to roll night to study this.
Okay.
To see what.
Well,
this
I
is.
have a status with them, and I'm good at this, so.
Okay, so you would roll your the circle number, not the status number.
I know.
Okay.
But.
And Belle, you can roll as well.
All right, cool. So I'm rolling on
Plus your night.
plus my night. Let me just see what my night is. Cool.
I got an 11.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Okay. So you both can acknowledge this as what I want to make sure. I think it's Sumerian. Sumerian. Yeah. Right in that original like cuneiform civilization. So among the oldest writing that any of us are familiar with. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that's directly connected to Sanskrit, Pooja, or am I?
Sumerian?
Yeah.
Not that I know of, but I could do a quick.
Yeah, my understanding is that they're kind of separate trees of thought and development, but that if it's related, let me know. I'm happy to connect that for you. So, Belle, I think you can identify it as ancient Sumerian. It's just your ancient Sumerian sucks.
Right.
And as she's just flipping through, you can't really like, wait, I want to read that. It would take you a minute, right? Like you would need to sit down with it and go like, hold on, what is that? Okay, I gotta go look this up. But Celeste, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that you are familiar with ancient Sumerian primarily because it is a thing that the vamps use because it is somewhat inscrutable to most of the other circles and factions. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so she's flipping through, and mostly you can see like her list of stuff. Celeste is like basically like a shopping list. It's like nothing particularly fancy of like things that she's supposed to go out and get, but she settles on a page, and there's quite a few notes on there. If you want to try to read it, it would be a little conspicuous, but we could try. But she settles on, like finds some notes that she's looking for, looks and says, yes. Okay, so Mr. Bell, we are looking for a particular amulet. It's supposed to be a focusing device.
Yes. I know exactly the amulet you're discussing.
Oh, okay. Iron chain.
Yes.
Green
yes,
gem
ruby.
in the center of it.
Yep.
Okay, and our understanding is that it's not an emerald, though.
No. I believe that it is a ruby, possibly a star sapphire. It's been some time since I've seen it and encountered it. So it's my memory is a little hazy, but yes.
Okay, very good. So I've been tasked to acquire that. We are prepared to pay a fair price.
Fair by whose standards, though?
Well, let's talk about that. May I see it?
I don't have it here in the shop at this particular moment.
I see.
But I can arrange a viewing in, let's say, 3 days' time.
All right. Well, to make sure that that's worth all of our time, how much are you going to want for it? And,
that is a very good question.
If you want to, we don't necessarily have to talk dollar amounts, but if you want to say that the vamp faction would owe you 1, 2, or 3 debts, I think that's kind of the price that you're talking about.
Let's look at it this way. In 3 days, you return here, you examine the item, because I don't want to, as you say, waste anyone's time or presume anything. But coming back in 3 days to view the item will cost you 1 debt. And if it's something you want, then it will cost 3 debts.
Oh, I see. It would put you out that much just to simply bring it in for us to view?
This is a very powerful, very, very powerful item that is... It's not that it puts me out. Trust me. It's just that this is a much sought after and highly prized item that even showing it to you puts me at a risk.
Okay. I think we've got... it's not exactly mislead, distract, or trick, but I think I like that better than persuade, because you're not really telling the truth.
Oh, no. I am in no way, shape, or form telling the truth.
Yeah. So let's have you go ahead and roll mind.
All right.
Before we do, I want to know... so, Celeste, based on their conversation, you have the opportunity to lend a hand or get in the way. Of, like, Belle's trying to make this lie. Because you know Belle is lying. But you also know this Night faction and this particular who this person is representing, right? The fact that she's representing Elizabeth is like, this is someone you know. You can read her notes, you know what she's on about. There are even notes of like how much she's willing to pay for this that Belle wouldn't have been able to read, but you could tell they're willing to like really spend a lot of money. But also for Elizabeth, like she's freaking rich. So because she's older than you, right?
I am 266 years old. I did the math.
Yeah.
Roughly.
That's the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's like Renaissance, probably. And
that's old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And has the like art collection. Like I think that's her wealth is this like dealing in art. Kind of like pulling a Wonder Woman. Actually, maybe we should just go ahead and say Elizabeth is Gal Gadot. Is that cast?
Works for me.
There?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Yeah. Nobody's mad about that. Okay. So, Celeste, you also have the option to not get involved. But if you would like to say something, we can have it be lend a hand or get in the way, depending on what your character would do in the situation.
She's debating, because I do have, loyalty and status to the Night Circle. And I don't quite trust Belle to actually acquire this thing. So I'm trying to decide if I would help assuage their doubts and make it sound worth it, or if I would I'm not gonna hinder you, so I'm definitely not gonna get in the way.
Okay.
I think all I'm trying to do is read the paper right now.
Okay, so neither help or get in the way.
No, she said if I'm there, it's fine.
Yep. And Asmita, do you want to try and get involved with this at all, or are you just observing?
I think that I am observing for the moment, and then, but I would love to know, like, it's like, oh, well, you obviously need, like, if you need some assistance, and if you need more persuasion, I could negotiate possibly on, or like,
What,
I could speak up on Elizabeth's behalf in return for that pen.
what what demonic jobs did you pick?
I picked tracking down rogue demons and brokering demonic contracts.
Aha. Okay. This isn't exactly a demonic contract, but it is,
It is a contract of a sort.
and a demon is making it.
And a demon is making it. Therefore, it is a demonic contract.
Yes. Okay. And I'm also going to put this on you that, like, when that pen pinged in your awareness, you also felt your patron sort of like rising out of, like, over your shoulder of, like, is calling in a debt, right? You start out owing your patron 3 debts, right? Is spending one of those to compel you to get that pen. And this is a pen that you need to get and not just give away. Like a lot of the things you acquire, you get it and then just do something with it and it doesn't matter. But your patron is spending a debt, calling in a debt to have you acquire this pen in whatever way you choose, right? It doesn't care. It just wants you to have that pen. And so if you would like to resist that debt, we can roll that. Otherwise, we can figure out how you get it.
No, I think I will concede to my patrons. I think of, like, when Ritra contacts me, like, because they take, like, their snake form, and kind of, like, I hear, like, a little, like, that slithering hiss in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, it's like almost like a tickle.
Okay, perfect. So I love this poised position of you're about to try and get the pen. Celeste is watching on. Belle's about to try and make this deal. And this is a perfect time for us to take our quick little break. So we will be back in 4-ish minutes, and we will see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Just hang in there.
Yeah.
hello, welcome back. The channel is It's Probably Okay, and we're playing Urban Shadows. And if you're just coming in now, wow. We've had an exciting morning of shop inventory management.
We have made deals and
It's
brokered deals, and there have been events.
Debts have been called in.
So
Yeah, they most definitely have.
I'm going to cut to Ryan at the
Yeah.
beach. Now, Ryan, we said it was raining, so I do have to ask you, who is holding the umbrella over your head?
My assistant,
Mm-hmm.
who, honestly, I only hired at this event. It's some temp. I'm not even trying to know their name.
You don't know their name?
I call them, I think his name is Kyle.
Kyle? Okay.
I call him Kyle.
Yeah.
He hasn't corrected me, so.
Yeah. I mean, he has several times, but, you know.
He hasn't corrected me.
Okay, so Kyle, I assume we keep around because he's sort of like a Chris Hemsworth a la Ghostbusters.
Very much that.
Yeah, okay.
Very, very much that, yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Himbo.
Yes.
He's a himbo.
Is Ryan physically large?
No, Ryan isn't, he's not Chris Hemsworth large. Again, he's fan cast as Matt Bomer.
Oh,
So
right. Okay.
fit,
Medium size.
but not, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you have a Chris Hemsworth following you around with a big umbrella. I think he's mostly out of the umbrella, like he's just holding it over you and he's just drenched, you know.
Well, yeah, he's drenched, wearing, a white t-shirt, because that's
Yeah.
a thing.
Sure, yeah.
You know.
He's t-shirt and jeans because he was going to be helping up setting up event and doing all that. Yeah,
Very much.
okay.
It's one of those situations where he's holding the umbrella in such a way that he's getting more wet because the
It's coming
water
off
from
of the umbrella. Yeah,
is
yeah.
going right onto him.
Perfect. Yeah. And he is currently trying to like shield his phone from the rain while holding this up, and then is saying, Mr. Wait, does Ryan have a last name?
Yeah, Rosenthal.
Rosenthal. Mr. Rosenthal, the caterer is saying they don't have the white tablecloths. They could only bring red tablecloths.
You're kidding. You're kidding, right? Please tell me you're kidding.
I mean, that's. Do you want to talk to them or?
Do I look like I want to talk to them?
Well, do you want the red ones or?
It's fine. I will talk to them. You go make sure that bar 33 is set up and that they're fully stocked. And I will be needing this, and I will take the umbrella.
And to the phone.
Oh yeah, and the phone.
Yeah. Okay. He was like, well, that's my phone. Oh, okay.
That's all.
Yeah. He's heads off down the beach, just pouring down rain, to go deal with that other bar.
First, we're gonna find a dead body, or a live body to make dead, not red tablecloths.
And so yeah, you get this guy on the other end of the phone. He's like, yeah, that's Mr. Rosenthal.
Yeah, I'm speaking.
So sorry about it, but we've only got those red tablecloths, so I'm not sure what else to tell you.
Well, you had white tablecloths when we booked the event, and we booked them. What happened to them?
Well, there was a bit of a mix-up, and the laundry, don't you know? It just some of it got mixed up, and we've got red tablecloths and we've got pink tablecloths is what we've got.
Yeah, that sounds like an issue for you. I'm gonna need those white tablecloths by the time the event starts. Otherwise, your lives are gonna be very, very inconvenienced.
Oh, well, I don't see any need to be impolite there, sir.
Oh, I'm not being impolite. We had an agreement, and I'm expecting you to fulfill that agreement. Should you not fulfill that agreement, I can't be held responsible for what happens. I'm sure you understand.
Go ahead and roll. I think it's mind. Hold on. We're gonna do a persuade.
It would be mine, except that I have in our blood when I mislead, distract, or trick someone through lies, omission, misdirection.
Have you lied?
No, I guess not. Damn it.
Sorry.
It's fine. Oh no,
I
persuade
feel-
his heart. Persuade his heart. I'm fine.
Okay.
I was thinking of the move. Just mislead, distract, or trick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still rolling heart either way. Okay.
Seduction,
that is-
promises, or threats. Yeah, this is the right one.
So that is a 9 on the dice with my 2 heart is an 11.
Oh yes, excellent. Okay. Yeah, he says. You will. You know, I will see if I can get some other tablecloths, and we'll be over there in just a little bit. What time was the event supposed to start again?
Sundown.
All right. Well, we'll be cutting it a little bit close, but I will be there as soon as I can.
I knew you would. I have no doubt in my mind that you will fulfill your obligation to this event.
Yes. Well, thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
And
Click.
yeah, you could hear the quaver in his voice of
Oh, I live for that quaver.
being threatened.
All right. Well, that's one fire put out, and I'm gonna think. Okay, I am going to send a text to Celeste. Where are you? We need to talk.
Celeste sends a text back. Watching Belle fumble with vampires. What you need?
I'll be there in 10.
It's a show.
Well, yeah, I don't want to
Almost
miss
dinner,
it.
Absolute slander.
dinner and a show.
Absolute.
So I'll go to one of the other assistants that is around, hand them Kyle's phone?
Yeah.
I don't know why it says Chris on there. But
Weird.
yeah, this is Kyle's phone. Get that back to Kyle. He's at bar 33. I've got to go run an errand and I'll be back. This better be set up by the time I get back.
Yeah, I think you also have a party planner consultant, right? That
Yeah, that's kind of who I'm. Yeah,
yeah, good.
they're all my assistant, and they're all named
Kyle
Kyle.
is like your personal assistant
Yeah.
for the day. Yeah. Okay.
And then I will head over. How far is your shop in the wild area of?
Well, it's on that island.
That's what I mean. Is it on the island or is it on a different island? I imagine it's
Yeah.
on this island.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jay-
it's on. Yeah, it's
There
on
we
the
go.
Wild Island. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Then yeah, I will
Um,
I'll get a ride.
Okay, so within 10 minutes, I think Lena's going to be almost ready to go because you've made this offer.
Yep.
She's I think essentially, well, let's see, did you roll on your offer?
I did not roll on the offer.
Okay, so yeah, we
didn't
do
get
need to
that.
roll persuade for that.
So let me roll my.
You are making promises
Yep.
to
And
very
so-
reasonable, level-minded people.
absolutely totally reasonable and totally understandable. So yeah, this is persuade. So I'm rolling. So I'm persuading. So it's rolling with heart.
Would we rather make a deal with a demon or a vampire? I feel like not either one could result in long-term consequences.
Well-
Come on. My dice hate me today.
Uh-oh.
That's a 3
Oof.
for a 4 with my 1 heart.
All right. So Lena
Also, I have
says,
to ask, today? Your dice hate you today?
Listen,
"Yeah, I've heard you on
If
double-sided
anybody
stories."
knows how your dice normally behave, it's
ugh.
probably Pooja.
So Lena was sort of like, jotting things down, and you were talking about 3 days, and she's, making some notes to herself. And then you say the price
kicker.
for 1 debt and then 3 debts. And she just stops and like folds her hands on the notebook over her hands are like over the pen, holding it on the page. And she looks up at you. Now, in preliminary conversations, this is not even close to what we discussed, Mr. Bell. So I think what we would like to do is have you honor the original price of 2 debts. And if we like it, when you see it, we will pay you that amount. And if we don't like it, you will need to find another buyer. And as previously agreed upon, I think we'll all find this a satisfactory solution.
Of course. I'm nothing if not accommodating. I just wanted to make sure you and your patron understood the value of
yes.
this transaction.
We absolutely do. And she does. And she appreciates your cooperation in this matter.
Then fine. 2 debts, 3 days.
Very good. We will wait for your call. And she's, getting ready to just like put her notebook away. And
may I offer? I have a specific ability I think might ease minds. It feels like this negotiation and agreement has started off on quite the wrong foot. However, if I may offer my services, to ease minds and to seal the deal, if it were, to ensure the bargain is kept.
I'm open to suggestion. I am hesitant to enter into a deal with 2... And then you see her sort of self-edit whatever word she was going to say.
Understand that I offer this to ease tensions. My price would be quite minimal. In fact, upon satisfaction, all I require is your pen.
This pen.
Yes, just a small token, and I shall seal your bargain.
This is no mere pen. Sorry.
Celeste is like, she has like popcorn or something now. She's like straight up just like eating a snack as she's watching and trying to read whatever the notebook says.
But more deftly than I could, flips the pen through her fingers and says, I'm open to your suggestion, however. This could be paid for the right service. So what precisely can you provide us in this situation?
In this particular case, I can seal your deal in smoke and blood.
The deal...
You will know, without a doubt, that it will be honored.
The amount of the deal that Bell will present this item in 3 days.
Yes, and it will be the true item.
And he won't change the price, should we
and
decide
that he
to take
will not
it.
change the price.
These are acceptable parameters. Bell? Oh, actually, she says Mr. Bell.
Bell is fine, and
Mr. Bell is my father.
I mean, if you wish to enter into your dealings with Asmita, that's your dealings with Asmita. Our deal requires no such guarantees, because I am true to my word. We've agreed. If you'd like Asmita to assist, which would be great, she is incredibly useful and would be very, very helpful to me in a variety of ways. but I've given you my word.
Celeste will back up Esmita on this one.
Wow.
As you have given your word before that the price would be 2 deaths?
Friends like these, who needs friends? I was negotiating the sale of a very valuable, very sought after, and very powerful object that the sale of which will cause me, or at least open me up, to some great difficulty. I'm simply trying to get what it is worth.
And of course, the price we have offered is quite generous.
It is generous. It is indeed. Can you fault me for just saying, let's see? Because it is, again, valuable, highly sought after, very powerful.
Well, I was not offended by your attempt to raise the price. However,
Thank you.
our offer remains the same.
Yes.
And Esmita's offer to lock in this deal for us, for her consulting fee.
Yes.
She like gestures with the pen. and also like sort of taps it on her cheek, you know, just observing the two of you and thinking about it. Speaking of herself, like we are willing to enter into Esmita's agreement with her acting as the mediator between you, with you, Belle,
Yes.
and the people I represent. And that we promise to pay the two. That would include us not backing out of the deal, should you succeed in presenting it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I am all for guarantees of all kinds, but I just want to make sure that once we've entered into this deal, I will honor my word, and it will be the item that you are looking for.
Well, of course it will be. Esmita will make sure of it.
And they will pay you
Yes.
the agreed upon price with
Yes.
no option to reject the item once presented.
Yes. Which is fine. I trust you and your patrons, but it's always good to, have backup.
Surety is not a bad thing.
Yep.
All right.
Are we all in agreement?
Hold on. I need to do... Where'd the circle moves go? Come back here. Debt moves. Oh, circle moves. Okay. Okay. I need to sort of do a reverse rumors roll. Because I want to know what Night Faction knows about you, Esmita.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you go and roll with your reputation with Night, not your, like, Night Circle.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably a 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so go ahead and just roll +0. Which is not really how this is meant to work, but that's what I'm doing.
I rolled a 6.
What?
A 6?
Oh, fantastic. Okay, that's actually good in this case because it means she doesn't really know who you are. And just recognizes that, like, it's apparent that you have some sort of thing here. Although, well, Celeste, did you want to add something to this?
Celeste backed her up, saying, like, yeah, Esmita will make sure of it.
Okay.
So-
Well, actually, that could even... If you want to try to lend a hand, getting her to the 7 is not bad because it would mean that the night, or at least this faction of vampires, knows who Esmita is and is willing to put some trust in her.
Yeah,
Do you want to roll lend a hand?
Yeah.
Now,
Anyway.
note that if rolling poorly on lend a hand can put you in trouble.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Let me look. How do?
You're gonna roll plus their circle.
So it'd probably be Esmita's circle.
Yeah, you need to roll plus your wild.
This might be very bad, actually.
What's your wild at?
Oh no, power's the one I had really bad. I want to fine. That's only a 6.
Oh, excellent.
Oh god.
Okay. So Lena is, I mean, we just have this, I don't know what the right camera angle is to show her, like, just the dominance of the situation. I think Celeste, even sort of against your will, you're feeling a little bit of that, like the thing that vampires do to each other sometimes, of just asserting their place. Not that you are submissive to her, but you just feel this effect of, like, you're not being mind controlled or anything. It's just this sort of passive intimidation, kind of weigh on you. And you even, like, are intellectually aware of what's happening, and it's upsetting. You know, it's like, oh, I hate this. Or you could decide how you feel. Maybe you like this. But the reaction from Lena is delighted, and that Celeste is backing up Asmita, and she says, "Oh, I would feel much better if we all signed on this agreement. This I appreciate your affirmation, Celeste." And did you tell her your name?
No.
No? Okay. So then she doesn't call you Celeste.
Oh no, why was so much better? She told her name? No, she just keeps using it.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, no.
I mean, Elizabeth knows who I am.
Yeah, no, she actually says that, Celeste. Yeah.
It's not my real name, so who cares?
But it's what Elizabeth would know you as, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And she says, yes, I think if all 4 of us were to sign this agreement, that would put my mistress at great ease, and it would just inspire confidence. And now, unfortunately, we're in a position where all of you have rolled poorly.
Yes.
And we have the opportunity to just back out of the deal, right? Like, you're not being forced to make this deal. But if you make the deal, it has to be on her terms at this point, because she has just leveraged this situation. So
Such a shame.
Oh boy. oh, Ryan. Oh.
Can we say Ryan is just watching this now?
yeah. No, I know precisely when Ryan walks in.
Oh my god.
I mean, is a contract really binding when you're signing with a fake name?
Yes, because you sign with
When
intent.
When
It's
you
magic.
make a dark bargain, it is.
Yep. I mean, I'm signing because I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, what the 2 of you do is up to you.
What if my intent is a lie?
Well, that's not how this kind of bargain's gonna work. You can't trick the bargain, unfortunately.
Celeste, this is all what's going through Celeste's head, is like, what if I...
No, you can make a bargain and try to back out of it later. That is a possibility. But signing this commits you to that course of action. But otherwise, what you're signing says you will help make sure that Belle has this thing available in 3 days and will not charge more than 2 debts for it. that is the agreement that you're signing. And their side of it is that they're not going to...
Elizabeth, no matter, like, if the item is presented, they will buy it for 2 debts.
Yes, yeah. They won't back out of the deal. They will pay the 2. And, they're not going to try to haggle down. They will be there. And if the item is presented, they will pay the price. The price for the iron amulet is iron price.
Does it exist? Is it a real amulet? I was trying to get a read on her paper.
Oh,
It
it's real.
exists.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a real amulet.
Yeah, there is an actual artifact that she is after. And,
I have seen it.
And you can even tell just from reading Belle, like, Belle is not bullshitting. Belle knows where this amulet is. You don't know what Bell means when he says it's not here right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Celeste is gonna look at Belle and just be like, "If this is what you want to do, I will sign. But we are talking about this later."
I don't understand why I'm getting the, you wrapped me into something when no one here had to be involved. But anyway.
The second Tasmita got involved, I was involved.
Fine, yes. We will discuss later.
All right. The four of us are in agreement?
We are.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
Well, sorry. Did you want to say something?
When I seal a bargain, it with someone in Smoke and Blood, I roll with heart.
When you seal a bargain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're about ready to seal the bargain.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were.
One sec. So she flips through her legal pad, tears off a long yellow sheet of paper, but as she tears it away, it turns into like a sheepskin vellum strip, sort of uneven edges, but essentially longer than it is wide. And then closes her notebook and puts it on top of the notebook so that it's probably better on a hard surface. So she just puts it out on your countertop. But you can see a couple people in the aisle over there looking at weird old broken clocks, kind of peering around at the, what is happening over there? But I mean, nobody's about to rob you or anything. They're just being nosy, you know?
Yep.
And she writes very quickly and smoothly. There appears to be no problem with writing in pen on this, sheepskin, whatever it is. Writes, it comes out very clearly in this black ink, and scripts it out. You can all see it's just written in English that you watch her write it out. It's everything that you agreed to. And then she twists the pen so that the tip goes back inside, and then twists it again. And with the tip that comes out again, she literally stabs her tongue to get some blood in it, and then signs her name and wipes off the nib and hands it to Belle.
Tasmita?
Oh, I'm gonna as she's writing out the contract, I pull a stick of incense out of one of my coat of many pockets.
Yes.
And light it, blow it out, and I'm just gonna and let the smoke from the incense waft over the contract.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. It some of it seeps into the sheepskin, and it is part of the ritual.
Do we just look at her? Do we have to?
Oh, it's sanitary. I promise.
It's just so old school. Fine. And I do the thing, jab it in my tongue, sign, hand it to Celeste.
Celeste very carefully wipes it off, and she pricks her finger, and so she's like, "I'm not pricking my tongue, you idiots." And then signs. And then passes to Esmita.
And Esmita unbuttons the first couple of buttons on her shirt and uses the pen to scratch a line over her heart.
Oh, okay.
And as she does, you can see that, you can see all of the bones, all her collarbones,
oh, right, because
are
she's
through her skin.
just ghastly thin. Yeah.
But the blood is fine. The blood is real.
Sure. Okay. And you use that to sign the skin.
And I use that to sign the vellum.
Yep. And once the fourth signature is finished, there's a kind of a very just quiet thrum, almost like the bass string was plucked on a guitar, but sub-audible, right? It's just very low thrum throughout the store, which also coincides directly with the tinkling of the bell over the door as Ryan enters. And Ryan, you like open the door and you're like, whoa, a deal was made. What?
Yeah.
Like that waft of fresh deal just hits you full in the face.
Love the smell of deals in the morning.
And it smells like blood and greasy smoke. Not that the shop smells like that.
Yeah.
The deal smells like blood and greasy smoke. So at that point, you know, up at the front of the shop, you see this woman, you know, in pantsuit, like putting the vellum away in her, you know, zipping up her little valise. Is that valise? Is that the right word for that?
Attaché.
Yeah, okay.
Portfolio.
Yeah, I think a valise might be like a bigger suitcase.
A valise is
kind
a
of thing.
bag.
Yeah, okay.
More.
Yeah,
of a
folio. That's the word I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's this like brown leather folio.
Mhm.
A little awkward that she has like brown leather with her gray pantsuit is like kind of, but you know,
So gauche.
what are you gonna do? So yeah, she's just putting all those things away. It was a pleasure to meet you.
And I. Two things. I rolled my dark bargain
Right, yes.
and I got a 10.
Oh, fantastic. What does that do?
I infused the agreement with demonic force. So Vritra has blessed this deal.
Okay. Oh, can you
And
spell her name for me again, please? Sorry, I didn't write it down.
Vritra.
Vritra. Yeah. Okay, Vitra.
And I am going to say that. So I picked two of there are three options. All parties intuitively know the deal is being honored.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone violating the pact instantly suffers 4 harm AP.
What the what? It was such a simple deal.
Okay.
It's still a very simple deal.
Yep. And I will say, I think everyone in the pact is immediately aware of those terms, right? So, but Lena doesn't seem bothered. She just, gets that sense of what you've imbued in the contract and goes, well, thank you. This is what we'll remember your services.
And as agreed upon, our payment.
Oh, okay. Out of character, I was under the impression she was going to give you the pen when this deal is complete. But forming the deal was your deal?
My service was the dark bargain. That was my understanding.
Okay. I think that's fine. Yeah. And she, so she wasn't trying to leave with the pen.
Which is also part of the reason I picked those two.
Yeah. She packs everything up and she gets something out of the folio that's like a little leather, or not leather. It's like a velvet long slip that you put the pen into, right? And it has a little like drawstring at the top. So she puts it into this black velvet thing, cinches it, and hands it over with both hands.
And I accept it with both hands and a small bow. It
We
was a pleasure doing
appreciate
business with you.
we appreciate your facilitation, and I will let my mistress know how helpful you were.
Very appreciated.
Well, good day.
Good day. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Oh,
And-
good day.
What's that?
Oh, wrong name. Ryan is just kind of echoing the good day almost in a not quite sarcastic, but in a overdone formality moment.
Okay.
Because he knows what's happening here, and he's just reveling in all the juiciness of it and can't wait to find out the tea.
Sure. And when she opens the door to leave, just coincidentally, a thunderclap just echoes across the sky, rattles the windows a little bit, and then the rain stops. And she walks out into the street. Well, not into the street, but you know what I mean. Like walks out.
Good, we can cancel the canopies. So, we've been busy this morning, haven't we?
I need a drink. I'm just going to go into my office and pour myself a drink.
Ooh, what do you got?
Oh, very good whiskey.
Okay.
Really, really good. Very old, from a particularly small distillery in Kentucky that no longer exists.
Okay.
They had one very good year that they paid very well to have one very good year.
Oh.
And I have their entire stock.
Oh boy. All right. I like it.
Do you all want to come in here and find out what we've all just agreed to?
Well, I'm just tickled pink to find out.
Celeste goes to the back and pulls a blood bag out of a fridge and pours it into a wine glass. And you're
Yep.
like, you were keeping this in here? Like
No one. Again, private office. This is my private office, my personal space.
Well, then I think you need to get me an office because I have to be able to do these deals for you.
Blythe, do our vampires need to avoid regular food and drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
She does not eat or drink
Cool.
at all.
'Cause
It's not fun.
We can build our own myth, so that's fine. I always like that part of like they're gonna hack it up if they eat,
Yeah.
or like a
cannot.
really. Or there was one. I don't think.
Well,
this
and it
was-
doesn't even taste good. Like it's not
Oh, yeah,
fun. It's
okay.
not fun to eat and doesn't taste good, so she just sticks to blood.
There was a setting that was. I don't think it's World of Darkness, but it was like younger vampires could eat and drink, and it's why the elders wanted them around, right? Is because they could sort of go around human society a little bit more. But the older you got, it was like developing lactose intolerance, except all food intolerance.
I think that is Vampire the Masquerade.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember
I
where
think
I
it deals
could.
with humanity. Like the lower your humanity is, or the more humanity you have, the more human-like you are. So you
Okay.
can eat, you can do, you can add a
that's
flesh of color to
interesting.
you. But the
That must
older
be
you
like
get,
must be like an older edition.
I think they added it in fifth. It's not as clear in fifth, but
In fifth, you have to take like an advantage to eat and drink human food, and you still have to purge it at the end of the night.
Ew, gross. Okay.
Ugh.
Well, that's fine.
Ugh.
I just like that idea that the
Yeah.
younger
Yeah.
vampires could interact with stuff more than the older vampires, but not really germane to the conversation. So yeah, we're all back in Belle's office.
I've helped myself to a glass of this in celebration, as you have offered.
yeah, I'm not gonna say no.
Yep.
You've presented this gift. I'm gonna take it.
So,
Like super, like you see, like my nose gets a little weird, just a little slitty as I inhale the aroma.
Yeah, Celeste is like smelling her, like doing what you would do with wine and like aerating it and smelling it, and she's like, a good AB positive. So rare.
she's got good legs, really good legs, and came from good legs.
Hey,
Yo. Yeah, so, fun story. That amulet, which 100% exists and is a real thing and is nice and powerful, is not here because Mrs. Lane has it.
You're so screwed.
I could get her.
As a reminder for folks listening and or playing in this game, Mrs. Lane is a very powerful wizard in the power circle of the
Yes.
city. And actually, I believe you already owe her a debt.
I do already owe her a debt.
And which means she will not be immediately hostile to you, but you owe her a debt because you did something to her, I think, right? Like
Yeah. I sold her a bill of goods once, so yeah.
Yeah. And is just very well known. It's not like she's the head of all the wizards or anything, but she is a well-placed wizard and is well known for her magics.
Yep.
She's also well known for this like weird pet project. Actually, no, I'm going to save that in case somebody rolls well on power. And we'll.
Okay.
Would anyone like to put a name to a face to see how much we know about her?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay, now there's a couple ways we can handle this. One is Let me roll up to put a name to a face. Circle moves. Basic moves. Circle moves. Yeah. Okay, this can be done without actually interacting with people. But you could also call some people, like if you have a contact that you'd want to call in a debt to get solid information, that's an option as well. But otherwise, you'll just roll plus power.
Which I have a... Oh, I have a 1 in power. Well, that's
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, so you
That's right.
understand something about the way the power circle works.
Yeah, let's see what I know. Oh, that is 10 on the dice. So that's an 11.
Oh, okay. Um,
And because I did a circle move in power, I get to mark that, right, for advancement?
yeah,
think, if I read that correctly.
You executed a circle move. And that's the same for everyone. If you rolled on a particular circle today, make sure you put a check mark there. If you roll on the same one more than once, you only get 1 check mark until you check all 4. Then you erase them, take an advance, and then you can check them again. But Joey, I'm going to slack you this information because I want you to explain it in your own words.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Where are you, Slack? There you are.
She's... Okay, so this is something she's been trying to do, but you haven't heard about it being successful.
Okay.
But it's pretty unusual for... Like, that's not something usually the power circle works in directly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll let you decide how you want to bring that into the story.
Okay. Oh, this is just too delicious. I can't believe you thought you could get something from her.
It would have been fine until now. These two are involved, and now the deal is really with us, Mita's patron, and so that raises the stakes a bit.
Yeah. I reiterate, you're screwed. No bones about it.
We just killed her.
Can't just kill her.
Why not?
She's very powerful, for one, so it will be hard. And 2, she's very important in her community, and that would make us a lot of enemies that we don't need.
The power circle already doesn't like me, so.
Well, that's you. That's your problem. I am fine. And I would like to stay that way.
There are more ways to get
Fine.
something than just killing for it that
Also true.
would not lead to our immediate and untimely deaths.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm afraid you may not have the guts for this mission.
And let's see. Who else has a positive number in power circle?
In knowledge or status?
Knowledge.
I do.
I do not.
Okay. So Celeste and Bell have zeros or negative?
I have a -1.
Negative 1.
So Asmita, Ryan is making a reference, and he's made a couple of bad jokes already. You're remembering something about as Ryan has made a joke about making no bones about it and having the guts, and that pings something in your mind about the fact that Mrs. Lane was doing something with skeletons. But you can't remember exactly what the reference was. Like, was she grinding them up? Was she, like, what? You don't remember exactly what it was. It's just like something on the tip of your brain of like, So you could put a name to a face if you want, or you could just ask Ryan, who has the shit-eating grin.
Oh, definitely the cat eating the canary grin.
Ryan, you seem to be quite enjoying the innuendo at the moment, but not everyone here is privy to the knowledge of power. Would you like to share with Celeste?
Oh, I would love to share with Celeste what I know. While we're on the subject of needing things from each other, I'd be more than happy to give this information. In exchange for some help with a small get I need for this evening.
Oh?
Yes.
No.
I require a mortal alive to be more or less served up as a form of entertainment for some Fae friends of mine. It's very...
Ryan, are you offering that as a one of her debts to you that would release her from a debt?
Well, no, I'm currently offering tit for tat. Like, I will tell you what I
okay.
know about Ms. Lane in exchange for getting me this mortal. If they don't take that, then I will be calling it a debt.
Okay.
And I will make that kind of, I'll slide that into the innuendo of we can play nice or we can play hard.
Yep.
I know what I said.
What kind of mortal? What are they looking for? Do they want someone to eat, someone to dance, someone to...
Murder, mayhem, more or less just straight up bloodshed. They weren't particularly particular. It does have to be away from the event. I cannot be...
Wait a second. Are you allowing murder at a party?
I am looking for murder around a party for someone who is not under my protection. You remember protection, don't you? The rules of hospitality. I'm pretty sure I've made them abundantly clear to you in the last year.
You are breaking those rules.
Real quick.
Are you not?
Real quick, Bill. Is your office kind of in view of the front desk so that you could see people out there, or do you just rely on people to hit a bell? Or...
I mean, there's a bell on the counter, there's the bell at the door, but like the door is ajarish enough, and where my chair sits, I can sort of see people coming by and keep an eye out. Yeah.
So the four of you would be somewhat visible from the counter. Does that sound right to everyone, or is anyone like trying to stay out of view, or what? It didn't seem like that was the case, but...
No, I think we're somewhat visible, but it's like, there's an office door that's a bit ajar.
Sure.
And you can sort of hear voices and sense that there are people in there, but it's not necessarily, we're not in full view, I would say.
Okay. So, Celeste, just as you're about to reply to Ryan, this guy out at the desk, like, gets your, at the, counter, looks at you, Celeste, is like, wow, he's this like goth guy, right? Like probably 20-year-old, like real skinny Latino guy with just all gothed up and is looking at you, Celeste, is like, what kind of wine is that? That looks just like blood. And is like wanting you to come tell him what kind of wine you're drinking. Like that's...
Is he immortal? Do I sense
He's not a vampire, I'll tell you that.
Okay, well, this might... Celeste just kind of drinks her wine and is like, well, it seems an opportunity has arisen, and like walks out with the blood in hand. If he is immortal, he's gonna be very confused.
Okay, so that means, so you're walking away from the conversation with Ryan.
I'm gonna go find out if he's immortal and if I can use him for whatever Ryan needs.
Okay. Let's see. How to tell if he's immortal.
I'm also kind of picturing vampires don't really I could drink the blood of a magical creature, but it's not...
It's safer
like,
not
I
to.
imagine they do different things.
Yeah.
Like, demon blood is not tasty.
So spice.
It's spicy.
Pixies
Pixies are kind of like, the cocaine blood.
Fey blood gives us like a temporary boost in power, probably, but it's like for like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Just
It's like,
a high.
I imagine it's like euphoric. Like,
Yeah.
you can't concentrate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like,
So
maybe I can smell blood types if that's.
I'm gonna have you roll figure someone out, which is mind. And one of your questions is going to be, is this guy immortal? And then if you get a 10 plus, you'll have another question as well.
Haha, and I have a. Do I have a move for this? Did I take that move? Hold on. Let me
figure someone
remember.
out.
I took.
Dorkler Canada,
Yeah,
that's cool.
I did not take this one. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember.
Yep.
All right, so it's just mind, which I don't have. Great, that's fine. That's an 8.
8. Okay. So, yeah, I can answer your main question, which is that this guy really seems immortal. I think you know what werewolves smell like. You certainly would know another vampire. You don't smell. There's not like a lot of magic coming off of him. It seems like maybe he's bought something at this shop, or he's just hung around in the shop, and there's a little bit of, magical residue around him, but it doesn't seem like he really knows how any of that stuff works. You know, he has like a sharpied onk on his forearm. You know, we know this guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Celeste just kind of smiles at him and like, I mean, she's pretty. Like, she's very pretty. So she just kind of like takes a sip and stares at him.
Where can I buy that? That is so convincing. It's like looking at it from every angle, like, wow, it even like smells kind of coppery. Like, oh, I would love to have that at a party.
Speaking of parties, I might know an event we could go to together, and I could maybe treat you to a glass or two. She takes a sip.
Oh, really? Oh, what? Okay. Cool. Like he's like standing up a little straighter, like getting hit on by this woman, and it's like, oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
Just wait right here for me, and I will be right back. I have to, well, my friend is running the party, so we'll be like VIPs.
Oh, okay. Do I need to? And he's have you all seen The Crow?
Yes.
Mhm.
So like the Crow, like when he comes out, he doesn't, without all the white face paint, but like the like lycra shirt and the pants and the heavy boots and all that.
Mhm.
Of like, that's what this guy's dressed like, with like thick sole
Yeah.
boots, and you can tell he's kind of like, am I dressed right for a, like, I don't know what party this is, right? Like,
I mean, she dresses like it's like a combination of how like she has a little bit of her like some like French inspired that kind like she's kind of a mix of fashions and like ages and eras, but
Mhm.
somehow she pulls it all together and it works. So she doesn't look much more normal, and she also knows she can sway these guys because not the first time she's met one. She's just like, don't worry, you'll be fine. And she walks back to Ryan, like, found one.
Yes, you did. You realize that now I can't invite you to the party.
That's fine. Just take the model.
I suppose this should work. As long as you're not invited, you're not under my guy's hospitality, therefore your guest is not. You see him kind of doing that math gif of like,
I don't really consider myself a mortal. I'm more of like a celestial citizen of the universe.
Oh.
of course you are.
Wow, buddy.
I said it.
Can you send him to the party right now? I think this guy is ready to go.
Yes, I believe this will do nicely. Provided he arrives to his location on time and everything goes smoothly. I look forward to telling you all about Ms. Lane.
Does that
Do we have
sound-
an accord?
That cock? And she shakes your hand.
Mmm. Spicy. Good. Now that that's taken care of, I can go back to work.
Wait.
Can I trust you three to not make any more deals while I'm gone?
No, obviously not. But wait, what is you? Are you just gonna tell Celeste about Ms. Lane? None of us get to hear this?
Oh, you can hear it all you want. If she wants to tell you after I tell her, fantastic. Trust me. You can trust me. I have done nothing to make you not believe you can trust me.
Yeah, he's a trust fund baby.
Yep.
Would just like to point out, and I made this realization this morning going back over my notes, all three of you have fucked me over.
That is true. That is
And me.
100% true.
Oh yeah, double on Jason.
And me.
Yep.
So technically, I have done nothing to fuck you over. But I gotta go back to work. I've got a party to put together. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Okay.
But yeah, try not to get yourselves into any more deals with the devil. No offense meant. While I'm gone, and hopefully see you, points to Celeste, later this evening, and your friend as well.
Mm-hmm.
We can call him Kyle.
Oh, I plan on not calling him anything at all.
Fair enough.
But great. Actually, kind of looks at the clock. I've got some time. I might just hang out for a bit. If that's all right with you, Belle.
Of course. But I've got to do recon. I feel in this particular moment that it's probably best if I do this alone. So, would you mind watching the shop for me for just a little while?
I assume you're talking to Asmita or...
I'm talking to the both of you and Celeste. I'm addressing the group. Would you all, since you've taken up residence in my office so comfortably, mind
After
just
being invited in, yes.
mind just keep an eye on the store while I do my initial recon?
Are
I'm
you
sure-
sure you would not like someone who might know a little bit more about power than you do?
I think.
She makes a good point.
She
Yeah,
does.
It's the first time I've encountered their circle.
True. Very true. No, I think I'm going to do this one alone. I think I'm just
Also,
going
the
to...
subtext, also being are you really leaving us meet in her shop without you there for however long this takes you?
I am aware of the difficulty here, but of course I'm thinking, Asmita has already gotten me into so much trouble.
Yeah, she wouldn't get you in more trouble.
And I'm like, I
Absolutely
would
not.
I
Also,
would rather...
she's just as bound by this contract as you are.
I know, I understand, but I'm like, I didn't need to be bound by a contract. So...
I forget, Jay, does the shop have a name?
Just Bells.
Okay.
It's just
shop?
Bells. Bells, yep. Bells Emporium.
Oh, Bell's Emporium. Okay.
No, I think I'm going to do this alone. Thank you, Asmita. Your help is, as always, wanted and warranted and appreciated. But in this instance, I'm just going to fly solo.
Like I said, I can hang out for a bit, but I do have to get back. I am.
This should hopefully be very brief. Very brief.
Well, I'm sure you won't. I'm sure that Celeste and Asmita will be more than capable, and I'll be here as long as I can.
When is the party?
Sundown.
Sundown? Well, then I have to go get our friends ready.
Oh, I think he looks plenty ready. Isn't that right, Kyle?
Does he respond to Kyle?
No, he doesn't. He's like looking at something else in the shop while you're waiting to take him to a party.
I mean, how ready do you have to get him?
prefer to have a little bloodfest.
As long as he's alive when you bring him to the
Oh, and right, you know the Pixies need him to like, it's like a snake, like he needs to move around. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he needs to be lively.
Yeah.
Fine.
They like it when they run.
She's like, fine, I will not feed.
That's a good girl.
Ooh.
Ugh, that's
That was
yucky.
weird. I hated that. Reverse it.
Okay, yep, we'll just X that out.
We're gonna X that.
Done. Removed.
Very good. I should probably be getting back. I now have to set up a second area for the Pixies. They're so small and feisty. I'll let you know where to bring him. I'll drop a pin.
Okay.
All
I
right.
think this is probably a good place to wrap for now. Now, I am going to take a page out of... I started watching this great show on Q Times called Power Play recently that our friend Sam DeLev is in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really fun superhero show if you want to go check that out. But their GM does this cool thing where, like, after everyone says their goodbyes, does a little, like, after credits scene to narrate. So I'm going to try that out today and see how it goes. So why don't we go around and say our goodbyes? We'll go reverse order. Jay, where can the good people find you?
Hey there, Jay Holtham here. You can find me on the internets at Jay Holtham in all the old familiar social places. As mentioned before, I am also a regular cast member at 12-Sided Stories, so you can find me there. Unquiet Blood is coming out right now, and we have a Patreon and a Ko-Fi, so look up 12-Sided Stories on your internet machines and enjoy. And I am also currently in a game every other Monday night at Happy Jack's RPG.
Blythe?
Hello everybody. Yes, this has been super fun. You can find me across the internets. I'm currently on Happy Jack's RPG every other Monday, playing in Stone Top, run by Emily Vanderwerf. That's at 7 p.m. I am also only in this. I think that's all I'm doing right now. So you just Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Blythe Collin 93. I am going to participate in Mermaid. So maybe Marvel characters will murder the Joker as mermaids. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I don't know why I'm doing this, but Joker murder is a thing now.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I mean, it's the other half of the mer in mermaid, right? Like there's mermaids and then there's murder.
Murder.
Yeah. Pooja?
Hi, I'm Pooja. You can find me on Twitter at LADaisy That's LADESI girl. And pretty much everywhere else is Forgotten Saves. I am also a regular cast member on 12-Sided Stories, and occasionally you can find me when our game is a little bit less cursed on Happy Jack's RPG. We're finishing up Murmurs at the Abyss, and it looks like we are going to be coming back from hiatus on our Glittering Night Vampire the Masquerade game quite soon here.
Very cool. And Joey?
Hey guys, I'm Joey. You can find me on all the socials at Joey Nestra, because it's my name. This is pretty much the only thing I'm streaming currently, but when we come back for Glittering Night, I will be back there on Happy Jack's. We're still figuring out time, make sure the same time works for everybody, but keep an eye on the socials and we will update you as soon as we know, and cannot wait to get back to that insane game, where Pooja's also kind of a bit crazy there too, which is great.
I mean, I think we established at the beginning that art imitates life.
I can't wait to see how that ends. Hope to see you guys there. And that's all for me. Back to you, Jason.
Very good. That is my name, Jason. I stream here on the It's Probably Okay channel Wednesdays and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can check the schedule for what that's all about. I've also been on every other Monday with Jay. Well, actually, not with Jay yet. But
Not yet.
I've been playing in Jay's vacant seat, and our characters finally get to meet this week.
Yes.
So that's going to be fine and normal and not weird at all. We haven't decided who sits in whose lap yet, but
Not yet.
I'm open to negotiation. Now, the as Rick Budd says, the theater lights go back down and the credits roll past and the scene comes up. A group of 8 to 10 motorcycle riders. These are more like racing bikes, street bikes, rather than like the Harley type. A lot of just those real sleek, fast-looking motorcycles. And a bunch of folks in mostly what looks like black or red or some combination riding leathers, like motorcycle leathers, not like a cowboy leathers. And they all have, like full helmets on with dark visors. And it's the afternoon of that Saturday. We can tell because everything's wet and a lot of the clouds are heading out over the sea, and the sun is setting. And so if you're not used to living on a West Coast somewhere, the clouds are heading out and the sun is coming down, and it's between those clouds and the ocean, just as we see this like beautiful sky jetting out behind them. And the minor gore warning here, but I don't know how many times we'll be able to say that on this show, because it's just going to happen a bunch. But the camera pans across one of the bigger guys in the group. It's guys and gals as far as we can tell as well. There's a number of body types there. But the guy, one of the bigger guys on this other motorcycle, drops the person he's holding, and we see from this end that the top of their skull is missing. We don't see like into it, but we see from here. And we hear this like grisly chewing noise from inside his helmet. And he clears his throat and just says, "Bell's Emporium. Let's go." And they rev their motorcycles and head out through the city.
Good luck, everybody else.
So thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you had a good time. We are certainly having fun. We will look forward to seeing you next time. I'm going to go to our end screen here, see if we have someone to raid, but if not, have a lovely weekend. I'll be on again tomorrow afternoon, and I know we're on all at various times, so be sure to give us some follows and check us out and see all our fun projects. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.